Can we just confirm who 5444 is?
Yeah, that's Legislator Wilcox.
Thank you. And then can we confirm who 9954 is?
Legislator Monroe is here.
Thank you. And then we have a phone number that's just 1585. Can we confirm who that is?
That may be the administration.
Yeah, I think it is. Is that you? We'll just put you down as the admin.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you guys hear me?
We got you, Paul. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to get started here in a couple minutes.
Started now.
July 21st, 2020 special meeting of the Monroe County Legislature will now come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Alcoffer?
Here.
Mr. Alcoffer is present. Mr. Ansello?
Here.
Mr. Ansello is present. Ms. Barnhart?
Here.
Ms. Barnhart is present. Mr. Baroff?
Here.
Mr. Baroff is present. Mr. Baines?
Here.
Mr. Baines is present. Ms. Boyce?
Present.
Ms. Boyce is present. Mr. Brew?
Here.
Mr. Brew is present. President Carbone?
Here.
President Carbone is present. Mr. Delahanty?
Here.
Mr. Delahanty is present. Ms. DeFlorio?
Here.
Ms. DeFlorio is present. Mr. Dondorfer?
Here.
Mr. Dondorfer is present. Mr. Felder?
Here.
Mr. Felder is present. Mr. Flagler Mitchell?
Here.
Mr. Flagler Mitchell is present. Ms. Hasman?
Here.
Ms. Hasman is present. Mr. Hebert?
Here.
Mr. Hebert is present. Mr. Keough Lacey?
Here.
Mr. Keough Lacey is present. Ms. Lamar?
Here.
Ms. Lamar is present. Mr. Lee is excused. Mr. Mafucci?
Here.
Mr. Mafucci is present. Mr. Marinetti?
Here.
Mr. Marinetti is present. Mr. Morelli?
Here.
Mr. Morelli is present. Ms. Roman?
Here.
Ms. Roman is present. Ms. Smith is excused. Ms. Taylor?
Here.
Ms. Taylor is present. Mr. Terp?
Here.
Mr. Terp is present. Mr. Wilcox?
Here.
Mr. Wilcox is present. Mr. Wilt?
Here.
Mr. Wilt is present. Mr. Udelson?
Here.
Mr. Udelson is present. And Mr. Zale? Mr. Zale?
We will need to suspend the rules of the legislature for the purpose of prohibiting public in-person attendance in accordance with Executive Order 202.1 issued by Governor Andrew Cuomo on March 12, 2020. We have a motion before you, which is moved by Legislator Brew and seconded by Legislator Zale. This is a non-debatable motion. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Please join me in a moment of silent prayer. Please join Legislator Linda Hasman as she leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
America,
republic
to the
for which it
republic
stands,
stands
one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God, indivisible, with liberty
justice for all.
and justice for all.
Justice for all.
I call this special meeting of the legislature pursuant to the authority vested in me as president of the Monroe County Legislature by Section C2-9C1 of the County Charter and Section 545-5 of the Rules of the Legislature of the County of Monroe. This meeting has been closed to the public, and all legislators are participating via teleconference in accordance with Executive Order 202.1. In keeping with the legislature's tradition of openness, the meeting is being live streamed on YouTube through the legislature's official channel. Everyone participating via video or teleconference will please mute their device, except to obtain the floor or cast a vote. If seeking to obtain the floor, please simply state your name and wait for me to call on you before proceeding with your question or statement. The clerk will read the full title of each resolution and referral to avoid any confusion as to which item is before the legislature. We will now hold the public forum. Mr. Clerk.
There is no one signed up for the public forum this evening.
Thank you. We'll now proceed with consideration of motions and notices. Will the clerk read the next item on the agenda?
Item number 1, referral 20-0251, approve the conclusion of hazard pay due to a greater risk of exposure or working extended hours due to the county's response to COVID-19 for certain classifications of Monroe County employees.
Move it, Mr. President.
Move it, Mr. President.
By Legislator Boyce, seconded by Legislator Dondorfer. This is to adopt. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, this is Paul Dondorfer.
Yes, Legislator Dondorfer, you have the floor.
Sir, I would just like to explain my vote and take a second to thank the administration for the consideration and allowing the Sheriff's Department, both the jail and the Road Bureau. These men and women who work in the Sheriff's Department are obviously exposed daily, whether known or unknown, in some of the circumstances that the road deputies find themselves in daily, find themselves at a great risk of exposure, as we've seen in the jail also with their new exposure to COVID and the people that are inside the jail facility right now that have COVID. It is greatly appreciated that the administration took them into consideration and is continuing to keep with their hazard pay. Thank you.
Thank you, Legislator. Any further discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, Legislator Boyce.
Okay, Legislator Boyce, you have the floor.
Yes, Mr. President, I would like to also echo the remarks of Legislator Dondorfer with regards to our road patrol as well as the jail deputies in receiving and extending their hazard pay. I'd like to thank the administration for their willingness to pursue a conversation with the unions on their behalf. Thank you.
Thank you. Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Item carries. There being no unfinished business, Legislator Brew.
Yes, this auto body stands adjourned until 6 p.m., Tuesday, August 11th, 2020.
Thank you, everyone. See you next week. Next month.
Next week.
Bye.